screwdriver, a wrench, a hammer, a carbide burr, or as I like to call them, little balls that cut metal. Alright, good afternoon everybody. About 3:45 on, I think it's the 13th, nope, 14th of June 2018. Back over at the garage to get some more work done. If you didn't get my little self-deprecating comedy bit there, I know Eric gets it. Sometimes I blank out on the names of things and I just kind of come up with some interesting terms. So just trying to be funny there. Anyway, so tonight is going to hopefully get through all cleaning up all the inside here. I want to do a couple things. I think I am going to go ahead and fill some of these gaps with weld metal that I had mentioned that I wasn't so sure about. Like here, fill that thing in, fill the gaps in that exist over here in the, it's a little dark over here, in the sills. And then I also want to fill this little hole in with metal just because I can really put the brass spoon, or excuse me, the copper spoon behind that, and then continue on with red 3M pads and anything else that I can get in here and get the bottom in, or the interior I should say, cleaned up as best I can. So that's the plan for the evening. All right, about 5 o'clock. So I decided to leave, this is the passenger side here, decided to leave that one alone only because of all of the repairs that I got to do here, and I'm afraid that if I put a piece in there, weld that in, that I'll kind of limit my ability to do that repair with all that dent and stuff. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I think it's worth leaving. I'm probably not going to get that much paint in that area anyway from the inside, so I'm sure I won't disturb any. Over here, however, I kind of decided to take a little bit of a chance and just kind of put a little metal piece in there. Can't really tell if that's focused. And just kind of bend it over, and I tacked it in on one side and then kind of hammered it for him to fit. I still got to clean it up, obviously, but I was pretty happy the way that turned out. Obviously, I'm going to seam seal the heck out of that stuff and try to take up a lot of that slop that's in there, but I like a little bit of extra metal in there. I also decided not to fill the passenger side hole up there on the A-post and the sill, but this one over here was a little too wide, so I kind of did the same thing. And essentially you can kind of see where my burr marks are. That's a carbide burr, by the way. Those burr marks are to clean up that weld. I added a little piece just to the A-post, or excuse me, just to the sill there, and I'll fill from the inside with seam sealer and stuff like that. So I think that's it for my welding for tonight. So now I'm just going to move on to cleaning everything up and continuing on with that, the boring stuff. All right, about 8 o'clock done for the evening. It's going to be a quick video. Got the boot floor and the boot area ready to go between a ScothBrite pad like that guy and some red ones, Blue Dawn dish detergent and some water, and then blowing that all out and blowing it dry to make sure that I don't have any water freestanding, especially in the seams there, and then going over it with 150 grit sandpaper. I think that should be pretty much prep for paint. I'm not too incredibly concerned with the condition back here because it is the boot and a lot of its stuff will be covered, but you know, you don't want to miss any spots. In the flow channels there, the water channels, whatever those things are called, the structural channels, there was a good amount of surface rust. So I hit it all with some vinegar and then went through, let it sit for a little while, and then went through with some baking soda to neutralize it all, so it got all cleaned up. I also did behind the seats, the deck behind the seats. I got that area, if you remember, that was rusty. Got that area also hit with vinegar. You might be able to see some of the discoloration still, but also got that neutralized, and then some random spots just throughout, getting it all cleaned up, neutralized. Still some attention that needs to be paid to that corner over there. And really, that was about it for the night. So yeah, that took me 3 hours. Interestingly, I think I found my first set of lead on the car right there. If you see, I don't know how well you can see that, but I had the wire wheel in this area, and you can see where it left like streak marks from the wire wheel. I assume that that's lead and soft, and you can kind of see how that looks a little beat up there. Definitely not what regular metal would do. So I haven't checked out the other side yet, but maybe that's the first area of lead that I'll find on the car that I've recognized anyway. So that was kind of neat. But otherwise, that was about it. So again, I paid special attention in between the seams to make sure that I wasn't going to leave some standing water in there. I did flip the car up, and very minimal flow through, I guess you could say, of water in between the seams. So I think I'm happy with that. The alternative is that the water's sitting in there and eating away the car as we speak. Hopefully that's not the case, but hopefully it's more that the seams were tight enough to at least hold the water back, or I got them dry well enough. So that's it. So I should be over here anyway on Saturday for a normal resumption of duties here to try and figure out and clean up all of the front part. That's going to take a while because that's a lot more nooks and crannies in there. And then Sunday's Father's Day, of course. So I'll be spending that with the family. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And that's about it. Please visit the website, www.roundtailrestoration.com. Still working on getting the restoration pictures up, but it's a slow and tedious process if you're keeping up with that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and hey, thanks for subscribing. Have a good rest of your week. Cheers.